Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to sift through, well, a whole ocean of information and bring you those really potent insights. And today, we're charting a course using a pretty specific guidepost. It's the Cancer horoscope, September 2025, Healing and Growth.
Interesting source.
Yeah, and look, this isn't just us reading it out. Our mission here is to really unpack what's predicted for the second half of September 2025, especially if you identify as a Cancer.
Right.
We're talking about a mix of healing, some real growth, and maybe a few, let's say, wake-up calls.
A common combination, actually.
Ready to jump in? Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here, I think, isn't just the predictions. It's how a forecast like this, even a specific one, can be a great framework
How so?
for personal reflection,
Okay.
and maybe even some planning. Think of it less like a set path and more like prompts.
Okay, prompts. I like that.
Yeah. By understanding these themes, healing, growth, wake-up calls, the things this source mentions, you're kind of empowered, aren't you, to navigate things with more intention.
Instead of just reacting.
Exactly. Anticipate, prepare, choose your response consciously. It's a really useful tool for anyone wanting to live more deliberately.
I totally agree. It's being proactive, not reactive. So, okay, let's kick things off with that first period, September 15th to the 21st.
Right.
The source seems pretty warm here. Thoughts about emotional well-being, connections.
Yeah, it sounds quite positive for that week.
It says it's all about reconnecting with people you love and finding emotional balance. That sounds, well, quite nice, doesn't it?
It does. A needed balm, perhaps.
So for you listening, what does reconnecting mean? Is it like an old friend? Or maybe digging deeper with family?
Or even within a current relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And finding emotional balance. What does that look like for you when things feel, a bit wobbly? Meditation, journaling?
Property routines, maybe.
Could be anything. And this period, it also has good news work-wise. It says your efforts are getting noticed.
Oh, that's always good to hear.
Yeah. It implies, the hard work is actually being seen, recognized.
Validation can be a real boost.
For sure. Could be praise, an opportunity, just feeling like you matter there. But amidst the good stuff, there's a big piece of advice. It comes with a Saturn label. It says, Saturn's saying, don't rush decisions, especially around money or love. Take it slow, stay wise.
Right. That Saturn influence is key. When Saturn shows up, it's always about grounding us.
Reality checks.
Yeah, reality check, structure, discipline, long-term consequences. So warning against rushing decisions.
Yes.
Especially money and love. That's not just be careful.
It sounds more serious.
It's profound, really. It's about the cost of choices you haven't thought through. A rushed money decision. It's not just the potential loss.
Well.
It can drain your energy, create stress, ripple out into relationships.
Okay.
And similarly, rushing into love, maybe just for comfort, could lead to problems down the line. Much harder to fix later.
So taking it slow practically means?
Well, maybe resisting that shiny investment that feels a bit off. Doing your homework. Getting advice.
Due diligence.
Right, and in relationships. Letting things unfold naturally, observing, making sure big steps are built on, real understanding, shared values.
Not just that initial spark or maybe fear of being alone.
Exactly. It's about building solid foundations for the long haul. Wisdom over impulse.
That makes a lot of sense. Connecting the astrology to really practical, actionable stuff, strategic thinking.
That's the idea. Foresight.
Okay, so let's shift gears. Let's look at the end of September now, the 22nd to the 30th.
Right, the last week or so.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Because the tone changes. Quite a bit, actually.
Ow, top.
It's like the intensity gets dialed up. Time to flex those resilience muscles, maybe.
Okay.
The source says this is when some pressure kicks in. Mentions possible extra responsibilities or sudden expenses.
Reality bites.
Yeah. So those earlier emotional wins, that stability, might feel a bit overshadowed now by more, demanding stuff.
Practical pressures.
Exactly. So, for you listening, how do you usually react when pressure builds? And maybe, how could you prepare for sudden costs or more work?
Good questions.
Is it like having an emergency fund, delegating, or just mentally bracing yourself? Planning ahead helps, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And this final week, it sounds like a real test. Not just practical skills, but inner strength too.
How do you mean?
Well, when the source says relationships may test your patience, honesty is the key.
Yeah, that stood out.
It's hitting on something universal, isn't it? Stress spills over.
Always.
Patience wears thin.
Yeah.
And that's when real open communication is like non-negotiable.
Honesty becomes crucial.
But it's not just telling truth to others, it's also being honest with yourself.
Okay. Like admitting your limits.
Yes. Are you acknowledging your limits when you're stressed? Are you communicating your needs, even if it feels awkward?
That can be hard.
It can. But often, impatience flares up because unspoken expectations meet unmanaged stress. Being honest about your capacity, your feelings, needing space, that can stop small issues becoming big fights.
Building understanding when it's toughest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's that other vital bit. Don't push your health aside. Rest and self-care are essential now.
That felt less like advice and more like a serious warning, a wake-up call.
Totally. It is a wake-up call. When things get pressured, what do we often do?
Push harder, burn the candle at both ends.
Right. We think I'll rest later. But this forecast says nope, self-care is essential now.
Non-negotiable.
Completely. It underlines that your ability to handle the extra stuff, the relationship tests, it all hinges on your reserves. Physical, mental.
Ignore it and you risk burnout.
Burnout, bad decisions, getting sick, which just makes everything worse.
It raises that question, doesn't it? In this world that demands so much, how do we actually prioritize self-care when things get tough, when we feel we need that energy elsewhere?
It's often the first thing to go.
But the source says it should be the last.
Precisely.
Such a vital point. Self-care isn't, a treat for when you're done. It's the fuel, especially in tough times.
It keeps you going.
Sustainably. Okay, so let's try and pull all these threads together. Synthesize this September journey for Cancer folks.
That's it.
First half, that's the 15th to 21st. Emotional wins, stability, reconnecting, work recognition, all good stuff. But with that big Saturn caution, don't rush money or love decisions. Build deliberately.
Solid foundations.
Then, the last week, 22nd to 30th, reality check time. Pressure, maybe extra tasks, sudden costs, relationships needing patience.
The intensity ramps up.
But, as the source says, nothing you can't handle. The core advice running through it all seems clear. Cancer, keep your balance.
Balance is key.
Lean into honesty, prioritize that self-care, be wise with decisions. Do that, and you finish the month stronger. More resilient, more you.
Well put.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, moving forward with this?
Well, I think it means understanding these potential shifts isn't about just, passively accepting predictions.
Right, it's not fate written in stone.
No. It's about cultivating awareness, strategic preparation, those wake-up calls. They aren't just hurdles. They're actually potent chances for real growth.
Opportunities in disguise.
You could say that. Opportunities for resilience. When you're sort of forewarned about pressure, you get a chance to choose your response. To plan.
Instead of just reacting under stress.
Exactly. Knowledge from sources like this, when you really explore it, reflect on it, it helps you navigate things with more wisdom, more agency.
Taking control.
Yeah, it helps you integrate advice like take it slow, be honest with yourself too, and prioritize self-care, not just as like astrology rules for September, but as universal tools. Tools anyone can use to handle dynamic times better. It empowers you to be active in your own growth.
Turning obstacles into stepping stones.
That's a great way to put it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, that brings us to one final thought. Something for you to maybe mull over after we finish up here.
Okay, food for thought.
Consider how often the biggest leaps in healing, in growth, they don't happen when life is easy, right?
Really?
They often come from navigating those very wake-up calls, those pressures that test our limits.
It's challenging times.
Yeah. What if those moments, the ones demanding honesty, demanding self-care, aren't just things to get through? What if they're actually the catalysts?
Kettles for what?
For discovering your deepest strength, your resilience. Maybe the path to becoming stronger is sometimes paved with the very things that look like roadblocks at first glance.